Why do you wear the fragrance when your skin is already fine? Learn from the serenade. Your smell is divine. The air is made sublime. I give this serenade. Your neck fills my eyes. Frenzied thoughts are why I am in love. All I claim is starry nights, perform to devour your worth. I am glad about you. I am amazed about your grace. I am stirred, it is written upon my childlike face. Why do you wear the fragrance when your skin is already fine? Learn from this serenade. Your smell is divine. The air is made sublime. I give this serenade. Your neck fills my eyes, frenzied thoughts are why I am here to love. All I claim is starry nights, perform to devour your worth. I am glad about you. I am crazed about your grace. All I want is to get to know, my darling, I am for you. La da 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 da, la da 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 da.
Welcome to Voice of Obispo, and that was a little bit of some original lyrics put to some Franz Schubert. I am here to talk with our guest, social philosopher Summer Rain. Welcome.
Thank you.
Please give me a hug. Let me smell you, since the serenade was about smelling people.
Yes. Thank you so much. It was wonderful.
It was an honor to be able to, and you may smell the flowers. Oh,
Beautiful.
they do smell beautiful. Anyways, are you goth? What's the style? I don't know where I am. It's just kind of
the eyes
death.
are goth. The black is goth, but like I said, goth really isn't about being black. Goth is about being true to yourself and your heart. And
when you're true to yourself and your heart, you tend to write more.
I write more when I'm.
And today's subject is journaling.
There are 3 or 4 different types of journaling. There's poetry, free form, and diary writing.
Oh, diary writing.
Well, some people do still keep diaries, you know.
And all of this is inspiration.
It's an outlet rather than... I saw an interview with a few heavy metal people last night that they'd rather have... People should be grateful their kids have heavy metal outlet rather than go rob banks. They just come home and listen to a little bit of headbanger music and just kind of shake their thing and get down to it and get tired out rather than go out and cruise the streets at night.
Okay.
And I think certain types of music, punk, heavy metal, goth, all have positive aspects, positive things about them that they can offer society that by and large, the white bourgeoisie society is overlooked.
Poetry.
Poetry, a lot of, most music rhymes. Just.
So when it comes to journaling, as our subject, that can come out with poetry. And that's, of course, how I created some of the lyricism that I just sang.
Right.
What do you do with your poetry? Do you bury it? Do you put it into the bed like Anne Frank, and then you're dead and somebody discovers it? Or do you share it with your friends? What is a common mode of expression after the writing is complete?
I often...
You take it with your psychiatrist? Where do you take them?
I take some of it to my therapist. And
what about people?
I share some of it on the street. I'm rather open about it. And it helps me to be open about it because I feel good about what I write most of the time. And some of those really dark moments, some of my most beautiful writing, some of the most beautiful writing is written in the pits of hell. And when your heart is in the despair of a broken romance, rejection from friends or pseudo-friends,
job, work,
society.
Recession.
Well, lack of money is a real depression thing.
War. I was doing a little bit of research on the history of journaling, and not a lot has been written on the history. A lot has been written on the art of journaling. Egyptian stories tells in Asia, throughout tribes in Africa. We have the Bible. We have people writing down the ministry of Christ, journaling. Great philosophers, the orators in ancient times, it was all through voice. It was the students that did the writing, the journaling, the documentation. In the history of journaling, we find a lot of students. We find a lot of art. One of the most famous journalists or a diary writer would be Anne Frank.
Right.
Are we going to be getting more people coming out of the cracks of the system? I know a lot of Iraqi women have written poetry and journaled about what it means to be oppressed in a woman's state in another religion. What about America? What do you foresee?
I do see womanity as being oppressed in this country as well.
Womanity,
the
for women,
humankind of woman's kind, and I find that as a woman, when I can write something, nobody can censor what I write. If I read it to you, it might turn you off. That's fine. At least you listen. But I don't have to say, well, is it politically correct to write? Because nobody's, as far as I'm concerned, nobody may read that until after I'm dead. Once I'm dead, if they find my writings, and they can read it. If they find my writings after I'm dead, then that's my postscript to society, my life.
Okay. We are going to continue this subject of journaling. I think it's very fascinating. We've just touched the surface of it, and we've discussed a little bit of the origin and how it plays a practical part in our modern society. And emailing is a form of journaling, and people document a lot of their dialogue, and they copy and paste what they get, and they put it on Word documents. And there's different ways that we use technology in light of journaling. And let's talk to you more about this. If you just stay tuned with us, and we'll bring you back on. And we thank you for introducing a little bit of this literary feature to society and womanity and gaymanity alike.
And humanity.
We'll be back.
Ultimately humanity. Thank you.
Thank you.